Hello guys. Welcome to Invest in Cryptocurrencies. You may have heard a lot about Bitcoin halving. Many traders and analysts believe that halving will increase the Bitcoin price. In this video, I will explain you what halving is and why halving affects Bitcoin price. Before we talk about Bitcoin halving, there are some important basics for those who aren't aware enough with Bitcoin. So, let's break them down. Bitcoin is being issued or earned through a process called mining. Unlike gold miners, Bitcoin miners in some way solve an algorithm to produce Bitcoins. Each Bitcoin has a position in a long series. A Bitcoin consists of a blockchain. The length of the chain or the number of blocks which one Bitcoin has depends on the position of the Bitcoin in the series. And with the number of Bitcoin in the system increases, the length of the corresponding blockchain increases, which makes the mining process more difficult. The more difficult mining is, the more expensive it will be. Now let's understand the Bitcoin halving. While the number of Bitcoin increases, the reward of the mining process decreases. The reward of a mining process depends on the length of the blockchain. Every 210,000 blocks, the reward drops by half. In other words, that means, by a specific time, the reward or the number of Bitcoins issued through a mining process will drop by half, as soon as the block length of a Bitcoin reaches 210,000 and its multiples. In 2009, when Bitcoin has been introduced for the first time to the world, miners were able to earn 50 Bitcoins as a reward per mining process. After the block length reached 210,000, the first halving took place, and the reward decreased to 25 Bitcoins. Currently, after Bitcoin had two halvings, the reward dropped to 12.5 Bitcoins. And with the following halving, the 12.5 Bitcoin reward will drop to 6.25 Bitcoins only. This will result in increasing the cost of issuing one Bitcoin. That's because miners are paying the same cost or even more for the half of the Bitcoin being issued through the mining process. By the time we reach the maximum amount of Bitcoins which could be issued, the reward will drop to zero. At this point, no more Bitcoins will be produced and the total Bitcoins in the market will be 21 million Bitcoins. This is expected to happen after 32 halvings. Now, when was the latest halving and how did market reacted to it? First, you need to know that there is no rule tells when Bitcoin halving will take place. This is simply because it depends on the length of the blockchain and doesn't depend on time. However, there is estimations that Bitcoin halving happens once every 4 years. It already happened twice before. Once in 2012 and the other time was in 2016. Now, let's have a look on the market reaction after the 2016 halving. Before the halving, the price was trading in a long correction from its previous high in 2013. After the halving, the Bitcoin price actually didn't show any reactions for about a month. But after that, the price started rising significantly, and started 2017 with an all-time high, which was followed later with the biggest Bitcoin rally ever to 20K. It wasn't just an instant price spike, but the trend lasted for long after the halving. And, when is the next Bitcoin halving? Next Bitcoin halving is estimated to take place in May 2020. This is just few weeks from the date of this video. It won't be much different this time. Bitcoin price is expected to go higher after the halving. Anyhow, I believe that the current Bitcoin price is undervalued. That could be a result of the ongoing health crisis and its sequences of economic damages. This time also, miners should pay the same cost or even more to issue the half of Bitcoins, which they used to earn before the halving. From another point of view, halving decreases the market supply by half. Yes, it does. The number of miners should remain the same after the halving, but the number of issued Bitcoins is then decreased by half. And with demand remains almost the same, the result is a shortage in supply. The Bitcoin halving this time should also increase the price of Bitcoin after the halving. Still not convinced? Fine. Let's assume that Bitcoin price won't increase. In this case, miners will reduce or stop their mining activities at all. This is logical, as miners won't like the idea to afford higher mining costs to produce cheap Bitcoins for the market. They will wait for the Bitcoin value to be fair, then they will resume their mining activities once again. Then we reach a conclusion that Bitcoin price will increase sooner or later as a result of the halving. And with that, thanks for watching. Until next time.